kidding me, boss?
Here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence, and nobody can hang with my stuff.
Get stealing, woo, wheeling, dealing, limousine right, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down. Woo!
There you go. You got it?
Yep.
Without cutting yourself?
Yep.
Oh, man. Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
What you got this time?
What's that?
What you got this time?
Vitamin water, squeeze lemonade.
Squeeze lemonade?
That's what it's called. 0 calories and unsweet iced tea. So
For
like
sure that shit's got to give you cancer.
No, it gives you the shits.
I mean, but for sure that's going to give you cancer.
It
Like
may.
you have like the traditional, what the world thinks the traditional American diet is. Gas station food and fucking...
I don't normally
Ho-hos.
eat gas. The only thing I eat from gas stations are drinks.
And hot dogs.
Yeah, but I don't eat them that often. Every once in a while, if I'm like, man,
When's
I
the
could
last
use-
one you had?
I couldn't even tell you.
This is like 2 weeks ago.
No.
For sure.
No, for sure it wasn't.
The last time we talked about it, you said, oh, I had one.
That
the
was
other
like a
day."
month ago.
That's still pretty recent. I'm sure that's still in your system somewhere.
No.
I feel like if you did...
Well,
like,
technically, everything we eat is always a part of us.
No. Because
Yes.
you shed cells. Don't you shed like an entire body after...
Yeah, some
like,
some places, but if it goes to,
what do you mean
know,
some places?
like if it goes to replace a heart cell or whatever,
I think that still regenerates, doesn't it?
I don't know, but it doesn't mean we lose we get the particles.
I forget what it is. Like within like something like 4 years or something, we shed an entire human body.
Yeah, we have a whole new person.
It's kind of gross.
We're technically a whole new person every something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, you could finish that one. I couldn't figure it out.
I can't remember if it's 4 or 7 years.
I wonder if there's like someone that's like allergic to themselves. You know how people are.
I'm
just
sure there's all
allergic to-
kinds of autoimmune diseases that like.
Right, but there's the people that have allergies to water. They can't even shower. They have to take a dry shower. You never seen that?
What's a dry shower?
I forget what it is. Like they actually have to have like soap, just like a weird dry soap or something like that. I've seen it. It was on Oprah.
That would suck.
Yeah, I know there's a couple of people. And
What do
I
they
know-
drink?
I think internally they're fine. It's the outside. It's the outside that gets them. They'll start blistering up and all kinds of crazy shit. Yeah, I mean, I've seen some crazy ones. The one that's the craziest that I heard about was the people that are born with no feeling of pain. They can feel like they're touching stuff or someone's touching them, but they have no pain receptors at all.
Well, there's people that I know that are born without sweat glands too.
Yeah, that I've seen. But the people that were born without pain, there was I think when I first heard about this, which was years and years ago, there was only something like 17 in the world recorded that have that problem, and half of them got picked up by the U.S. Army for like genetic.
They can feel.
research.
They feel, but they feel no pain.
They feel, but they don't feel actual pain. So you could sit there and be like stabbing them with a red hot poker, and they're just like, yeah, I feel you poking me.
You're poking. I'll poke you.
What are you doing? Are you texting already?
No,
bro?
no, no.
We just started.
I had to check some email because I sent one of my clients my piece.
Your gun?
No. One of my writing pieces, and he didn't get it. So I was like, Did
you send it or did you?
I did. No, I sent it. It's just he didn't get it. So I gotta. I have a weird allergy though.
Who?
I have a weird allergy, like a skin allergy.
Right.
Antiperspirants.
All of them?
All of them.
That's a convenient fucking excuse.
No, I can use deodorant.
Right.
Which I use deodorant
Oh,
religiously.
but you can't use antiperspirant.
I can't use antiperspirants.
It's that silver stuff or something, right?
I guess silver nitrate maybe is what is it?
Is it?
Something like that.
Yeah.
And if I put it in on, like if I put that on, I can't like my armpits get like red and
swollen.
puffy and swollen.
That's
and
why I can't
painful.
use Old Spice. And there's a huge lawsuit because of it too. I thought it was just me. When I was a kid and you saw all the Old Spice commercials, I was like, oh, let me fucking try Old Spice. And I tried it. Bro, my fucking armpits were just giant balls. So I was stuck like this for 2-3 days.
Well, for years I could only use At one point, I could use Sure.
Right.
Then it started wrecking my armpits.
Then you went unsure.
Then for years, I could only use Right Guard, the spray.
Yeah.
And finally, I was like, man, this is getting to be a pain in the ass. So I started experimenting
With deodorant.
And
It's a gateway drug.
What's that?
It's a gateway drug.
Well, I ended up with now I can use Speed Stick. So that's what I've been using for the
That's
last
a pretty solid one.
5 to 10 years, maybe less than 10 years. I don't remember. It's definitely less than 10 years, but I
remember it's that silver or aluminum or something like that was in there.
Yeah,
that
whatever
people
it is.
freaked out about. They said it was causing
But it's
cancer.
whatever's in any antiperspirant, I can't use it.
I think it's that stuff. I'm pretty sure it's that stuff. My favorite is the guy that thought he found the fucking fountain of youth, and he was eating that stuff, and then he turned blue. You never seen the Smurf guy?
No.
You've never seen the Smurf guy?
No.
Oh, I think he died not too long ago. I want to say he probably died like 2 or 3 years ago. Check this out. This dude, I forget what exactly it was that he was eating, but he started eating it because he thought that was gonna, like, it's better for his health or something. Let me see. Smurf.
Started eating deodorant or the silver?
Silver. He started eating silver something. What is this? Hold on. I want to be on point on this one. Yeah. Papa Smurf, Paul Carrison, colored blue by colloidal silver. That's what he...
No, colloidal silver is something else.
Yeah, but look at this guy.
Shut up.
Yeah. If you guys just look up Papa Smurf, Paul Carrison...
Will he always be blue, or did he...
He was until the day he died. He died pretty recently. Look, he was legitimately blue. So what happened is this guy, Paul Carrison, Karason, contracted argyria, is it called? Yeah. Anyway, this guy started eating colloidal silver.
Which they sell. Like, that's something...
Yeah, you could sell it. So here we go. The man who turned a Smurf like blue after taking colloidal silver for dermatitis has died. When was this? This was September 25th, 2013. He was taking it for dermatitis. He thought it was working, and then one day he just fucking woke up and was blue. Can you imagine one day just fucking waking up and turning blue, like being blue?
I want to see where you can buy colloidal silver, because I've heard it. I've heard people use it. Yeah. It's like everywhere. Supplement spot, $34.
Yeah, but
like it's and everybody's taking it orally. Maybe he took it anally.
Yeah, he was taking something in the butt. That's for sure, because you can't just turn blue like that overnight. Carrison is blue for life. His 50 minutes of fame were bracketed by his 2 Today appearances. Hold on, I want to see what it says.
So did he continue to take it?
I think so. Let's see. Changed color over the course of 15 years while using the preparation of silver particles suspended in liquid. Died on September 24th. He had suffered a heart attack, contracted pneumonia, and had a stroke. His estranged wife, Joanna Carrison, told Today. Triple bypass 5 years ago.
I wonder if they were
using electrolysis to produce the colloidal preparation. He was making it from home. He was making it from scratch.
Yeah.
He took it both internally and rubbed it on his face to treat a skin condition.
I wonder if they were estranged because he was blue.
It could be. I mean, listen, if you were married and your wife turned blue, would you stay?
I'm blue, da da dee da da da.
What if you like find out that all of a sudden you just have a giant Smurf fetish? It's a gift.
Dude, I guarantee you though, there's some weirdo out there that would totally do that on purpose.
Oh, for sure.
We got people that tattoo their eye.
Well, there's people that tattoo their eyes.
Yeah.
That tattoo their whole skin all black. Look at the lady that wanted to be black. You remember that one?
The
Swedish lady or something?
Czechoslovakian or something like that. Yeah.
She just wanted to be, and she got.
And her husband's a white dorky.
Yeah, no, was it?
And she was like, she had like.
She was pretty before everything.
Then she got like Triple H boobs to go with it.
Her boobs are the size of your torso, each boob.
Yeah, they're like gigantic.
That was pretty bad. It's like, and it's also kind of mildly racist.
I don't know. I was listening to Penn Jillette on Joe Rogan today.
Yeah.
and he was talking about cultural appropriation.
Is that a new episode?
Yeah, it just came out.
Oh, yeah.
And, well, not just, but like a couple days ago.
Right.
And he was talking about how cultural appropriation should be encouraged.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Because it's like, if somebody likes a culture and finds something that they enjoy about the culture.
Listen, if we didn't culturally appropriate jiu-jitsu
Yeah.
from Brazilians, we wouldn't have it.
Yeah, no, exactly. Well, look, there's a lot of things like the thing that they were saying was there's no tomatoes in Italy. They're not native to Italy.
There's just so much stuff that people don't fucking get it. If you're talking about pretending to be like Native American so you could get into Congress or into Harvard, that's cultural appropriation. But if you're yelling at a white guy for having dreadlocks, like,
Right, yeah, that's
get out of my
ridiculous.
fucking face, all right? Actually, that's the whole shit with the Chappelle Show. Have you watched the last Chappelle Show special?
Yeah.
It's so fucking good. But people are flipping out because one was for his rape joke about the guys that got allegedly molested from Michael Jackson. And then the other one was people saying, oh, he made fun of Asians. He made a racist remark about Asians because he did an accent, a stereotypical Asian accent.
And he did a face too, which was awesome.
Which he did the face, which is like, I bet you didn't get offended when he was making all these jokes about white people on Chappelle's show, but all of a sudden it's because it's about you, now you're offended.
Right. Exactly. And what's funny is in the beginning, he even says it. Remember, he goes, duh, if you do anything wrong, we're going to try to end your career.
Yeah.
Do you know who that is? And he goes, that's you people.
Yeah, no, that's everything that's going on right now.
He told them basically he was going to mess with things he shouldn't mess with.
Yeah. Well, when he did the whole story about the lady that told him that he couldn't say the F word.
The N word.
The F word. And he's like, well, why can't I say the F word, but I can say the N word? So, it makes sense. It's like, come on. So, but, yeah, whatever. The whole culture.
Well, no, it was something else because he couldn't use, F for gay people.
Yeah, that's why. So, it's like, come on. I think the funny part is they still don't get the fact that what you're getting offended about is exactly what he's talking about. But it's still going over your head. So, whatever, man. Either way, watch it. It's a good special.
So is the Bill Burr one that just came out.
I still got to watch that. Maybe I'll watch it when I get back this weekend. I got a long weekend. This is how crazy it is. So, I'm photographing an event, but I can't tell you where it's at because, number one, I don't know. They won't even tell me where it's at.
What are they going to do? Give you a plane ticket and say go?
Basically, is what's happening right now. Is I find out exactly Friday afternoon where I need to go to lay my head, and then Saturday I get told where I need to go photograph. Saturday, probably like an hour before the actual show starts. So all I know is it better be good.
Is it fighting?
It's fighting. All I can say is that it's fighting and it's happening on the 21st.
And you can't say what company it is.
I can't say anything. They literally told me I can't say anything. So it's like, how are we supposed to do this? So I'm like, all I told them was like, am I going to have a hotel? Yes. Okay. Then that's fine. You just tell me if it's in driving distance and I got a hotel, then I'll be there. So we'll see. So if you...
So it's going to be local?
Relatively. That's literally all I can say. That's all I can say. But what I will say is that follow my Instagram because I'm going to Instagram the shit out of it, and you guys get all the behind the scenes more than anybody else because I will definitely get a little bit extra gateway, I guess, if you or what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for, Mr. Writer?
I don't know.
Not leisure. I'll get a little bit leeway. I'll get a little more leeway than everybody else. So, speaking of fights, can I tell you how shitty of a storyteller you are about what happened this weekend at XFN? You are a horrible...
You asked me over text.
No, I called you. Remember we spoke on the phone?
I don't remember. Yeah, but it was brief. I don't... Yeah.
So, for those of you who don't know, Shawn is a commentator for XFN here in South Florida, and they had a title fight this past weekend anyway. Well, one of the team members, or one of the teams that was fighting in this title fight is very hood, and they are legitimate gangsters and thugs, and they came to fight, and they fought actually against a friend of mine from Black Box, ATT in Orlando. Now, all I heard or read was random bits and pieces of a fight broke out, and people should be ashamed, and some people are going to get banned, and this and that. So I figured, who best to fucking ask what happened than the commentator, who was 5 feet away.
Well, I was there, but I was... So the problem is I wasn't watching what was going on in the ring.
But that's what you're paid to do.
No, because the fight was over, and what happened was everybody was in the ring.
Right.
Like, both teams were in the ring. Blake went in the ring to do an interview, so everybody was gone. So I was like, I just happened to be looking through the notes, like fixing the papers,
right,
so I could finish up because when Blake does the interviews, I don't talk,
right.
So I was looking at the interviews and stuff, and I wasn't even paying attention. And all of a sudden, I start hearing
someone shot JFK.
The commotion in the cage, and I look up, and I see that it's Bedlam. Then all of a sudden, behind me, it becomes Bedlam.
Yeah,
everybody's trying to jump the
fence,
the barriers, and jump into the cage, and people started pouring in from everywhere. And I stood up, and I was like holding people back. I was doing all kinds of stuff.
Did you get to get your throwback from your security bouncer days?
A little bit. I didn't throw anybody. I just stopped people from fighting and held them back, pushed them back over the thing. Trying to think.
But you see what I'm saying here? This is where you're killing me. You're not giving me...
Yeah, but I wasn't a part of it, so I don't know.
Was Blake wearing just like a t-shirt and jeans?
No, Blake had
was
on...
he dressed up?
Yeah.
Because I just saw in a video someone in t-shirt and jeans yelling into the mic saying...
That was
stop.
Dan.
Was it?
That was Dan.
I just hear, stop that shit right now.
So... What I know is after they watched the tapes, and Blake told me because he was in the ring.
Right.
He goes, what happened was Ryan Cuse went over to shake Andrew or Alex Rodriguez. I think it's Andrew Rodriguez. I can't remember the name.
The other fighter?
Yeah, from
Juan?
ATT Black Box. Was it Juan?
Yeah.
I can't remember who.
The other fighter.
But he was from ATT Black Box.
Right.
So Ryan went over there to shake his hand, and the kid from ATT Black Box was like, get away, go fuck yourself or whatever. And then Ryan was like, all right, and he went to shake the coach's hand, and the kid went around the coach and got in his face. Which was really weird because he just got his ass kicked for 3 rounds.
The kid or
the kid from Black Box.
Right.
And Ryan was trying to be respectful and shake the hand of his opponent and his opponent's coaches. Right. And then when that happened, everybody else started getting all mouthy. Next thing you know, it goes from mouthy to swingy.
But I saw the video of somebody throwing. There was somebody.
That was where you saw that video. That was after the shit went down to the cage.
No, see, I saw a video. There was somebody like this taking selfies, flipping the bird, and Glenn from Black Box was coming up, and I guess he was saying something, and people were holding him back, and he swung at Glenn, and he tapped him on the cheek. It just happened to be something where he just tapped Glenn on the cheek. It's because Glenn didn't look like he was being aggressive at all.
Well, I don't know. I don't know who took the first swing.
Well, the video I saw is the other guy, whoever was on the phone saying shit and flipping the bird, swung at Glenn and hit him in the chin, and it was it didn't look like it landed hard, but it's still he swung on Glenn.
I didn't. Again, I only know why it started. I don't know who threw the first.
Glenn is legit too, man. Glenn is no joke. Glenn was one of the first guys for American Top Team. When American Top Team first started, he was one of the first people. He actually used to share a bunk bed with George. Him and George were literally bunk bed, roomies and stuff.
Yeah.
So they've been on him and Jay-Z and stuff too.
Was Glenn the guy with the beard?
Glenn is the shorter black guy with the beard, yeah.
Oh, black guy. No, I didn't know. I didn't see
One of the coolest guys ever. I think I told you about him. Like I said, he has ATT black box. He coaches Juan. He coached Frank the Tank from Titan FC.
Juan Rodriguez, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no, Glenn is a super legit
so
guy.
This all started because of Juan.
Not shaking hands.
And being a dick about it.
But even then, like, even if someone doesn't shake your hand, being a dick about it, like, you're upset because of the fight, I understand it. But he's not the one that threw the first punch.
No.
And he's not the one that got in people's faces.
But we don't know. No, we'll see. No, we don't know that. We don't know.
I mean, from what I saw.
Right, but from what you saw. But I don't know for a fact.
Right. Which is also fucking
because
annoying as shit, considering the fact you're literally 10 feet away, bro.
But again, like I said, I was looking through the fighter. I had the fighter.
What were you gonna look at? The fight's over. That was the last fight.
No, I was getting everything like.
You were just tidying up
the area because normally after he gets the last thing in, he comes down. We close the show, and like so, I was just getting everything up in order so we'd have an easier time and talk about what happened.
I'm extremely disappointed in you.
Dude, I wasn't expecting. Because here's the thing, the fight was so one-sided.
Yeah.
That I did not think that there would be any bullshit afterwards.
Yeah.
Again, the problem is with the Goat Shed guys. This is the second incident that they've had.
Right.
They almost jumped the barrier at the War Memorial. At one of those fights,
yeah,
and this time it actually happened. The
which is bad, man. You'll get XFN kicked out of venues, and it's not like there's that many venues in South Florida.
That's exactly it.
That's the worst part. That's really the worst part. And then there was kids, like there's
kids and women. It's like
Well, what are you trying to say? Women can't defend themselves in a fight, bro?
Sometimes, no. Yeah. Just like there's dudes that can't defend themselves.
There's a lot of dudes that can't defend themselves.
And to tell you the truth, the kids that are there could probably defend themselves better than some of the women. A lot of those kids are
guys.
Yeah. So, I'm just it was terrible all the way around. Like it was because it was a great night of fights. Like there was some really high level MMA going on. Bryce Gamboa, dude. The display that he put on was
because that's coming off of a
dude, and he fought a game guy in Jay Ciotti.
But that was his return fight after the loss.
Yeah, but
did he have one or two losses in a row? He had one.
I think it might have been two. I don't know because he lost the belt.
He lost the belt and then he lost the title defense, or he lost.
No. He lost. He went for the 145 title. Mm-hmm. And he lost to Big Kia, and then he went. He defended his belt and lost.
You know what I thought is funny from watching that whole video, and you guys can watch the video. Kyle from the 6 Round podcast. You guys can check him out. He's got the video out there. So you. I
wonder how many hits it's got.
I don't know. I didn't get to see it, but. I'm sure he got a good fair amount coming off of YouTube and Facebook. So, but check out the guys over at 6 Round Podcast and check out Kyle's video. You'll get to, make things up for yourself on what happened. But what I thought was funny was at the end, I see Jay-Z shushing people out. I'm like, bro, if it's Jay-Z telling you don't fight, guys, keep going, like it's bad. Because Jay-Z will be like, let the guys fight.
But here's the thing. That's Jay-Z's. That's where Jay-Z trains.
Yeah.
That's his
home gym.
So it's like, I could. And what I noticed when I saw Jay-Z at the end was how little Jay-Z looked.
And next to everybody.
I was like, oh man.
I still wouldn't fuck with him.
Of course.
Who was the guy that was fucking holding up a chair and saying, "Oh, gotta protect my shit"?
Oh, I don't know.
You didn't see it? Did you watch the video?
I watched it, but I don't remember.
There's some fucking goofball completely by himself off to the back, holding up a chair like it's fucking WWE. And they're like, all right, bro, calm down. Because like, no, I'm going to protect my shit. And he's just like flipping the fuck out. You gotta watch the video. I don't know, man. That's all I just remember seeing this guy. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Nobody's even close to him, and he's holding up a chair like he's like cornered in jail.
People were slinging chairs. Like one chair almost hit Melancia.
Yeah.
Like came whizzing and smacked. Like it was chaos for
2 minutes.
2 minutes. It was like
all of 2 minutes.
It was crazy.
Somehow you managed to miss all of it.
No, I didn't miss all of it. I missed the start.
You could have gotten shot and you had no situational awareness. They're right there, right then and there, bro.
What's that?
You could have gotten shot because you weren't paying attention. You had no situational awareness. You're like just.
Well, I
I
could have hit underneath the ring if I heard shots fired.
But it would have been too late. But you're not gonna duck if you're getting shot at. It's a little late. Like, oh shit, they busting shots.
You don't know how fast I am.
No, I definitely have a very good idea how fast you are. I'm just still disappointed at the fact that you're a writer and you're a horrible fucking storyteller when you literally witnessed a fight. This is why we don't have good stories from like World War II and the Civil War here, bud. Because guys like you just right there in the middle and you don't know what the fuck you're writing about.
I could write us a good story. I just can't speak it. I'm not good. I'm not a good storyteller talking. I'm a thinker.
I'm not a good talker. I'm a speaker on paper.
Yeah, it's what it is. It's when I can think it out.
Go ahead and write me an essay by next week. 1,000 words. Tell me what happened.
No.
I won't read it. Oh, man. That's like that actually like irked me. It's funny because Dave Burns, shout out to one of my favorite artists, Dave Burns. Like, he hit me up because he posted the video. And I was like, what the fuck happened? He's like, oh, all this shit went down. Ask Shawn. I'm like, listen, I'm asking you for a reason. Because I asked Shawn. And clearly I did not get the details that I needed to like be happy with it. So, shout out to Dave Burns.
Plus, I don't look at the past, man. Once it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah, you're gonna look at the past when you get shot. All right, so I got a bunch of news actually here. First, let's get this out of the way. Let me put this over here. But let's go over the fight picks. I didn't even get to watch the fights. Did you?
No, because I was working.
But I did look up the results. So these were the fight picks that. Erwin, you and I picked last week for the UFC fight. Was it what was it? Whatever
I have no idea.
Vancouver. No, UFC Vancouver. So it was Louis Smolka. We all picked Louis Smolka. He won TKO first round, so that was one for everybody. I think we made a good pick. Then was the Chaz Skelly fight. We all picked Chaz. We were all right on that one. Shout out to Chaz Skelly. Congratulations. He won by unanimous decision. And then Uriah Hall against Zapato. And Uriah Hall won by decision. So that was a bit of a bummer. So Erwin got that one. You and I both got that one wrong. Then it was Todd Duffy.
Yeah, I couldn't believe Zapato. They kept showing that gif of him getting punched and the blood flying out of his mouth.
Yeah, he was getting worked up pretty good on the striking, but he got him down at the third. Todd Duffy.
Nobody won that one.
That one became a no contest due to an eye poke. Todd Duffy just can't catch a fucking break when it comes to that stuff. Whether it's his ear exploding or whatever it is, man. Like, I feel bad for the guy. So that one went to no contest, so nobody gets that one. And then it was Glover Teixeira against Nikita. You guys picked Glover. I picked Nikita. Glover somehow won. Somehow won. But he won by split decision, so it's not like it was a big old one. So you guys got that one. And then Cerrone versus Gaethje. Erwin picked Cerrone. Hate to break it to you, Gaethje won in the first round, TKO.
Yeah.
Which he worked him up pretty fucking good. So you and I picked Gaethje, and he picked Cerrone. So I think out of everybody,
it's like
you
a tie.
won. No, you won. You got one pick over everybody because you got Smolka, Chaz, Glover, and Gaethje. Erwin didn't pick Gaethje at the end, so he got 3. So Erwin and I got 3. No, him and I got 3. Oh, he's got 4. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So you guys tied.
Yeah, you're the loser.
I'm the loser on this one, which kind of breaks my heart because I really wanted Zapata to win.
I really wanted Todd to. Todd got a knockdown.
Yeah.
Which the guy, what's his name? Is it Andrew Johnson or something like that? The guy that he fought was saying, "Oh no, he didn't knock me down. It was just a
Jeff something. I forget.
Yeah. It was just I was off balance.
Yeah. Well, I'm off balance when I get punched in the dome too.
If you.
So we got a couple of other fight announcements. One that I'm really excited about. I'll save that one for last. I'm excited about it. I'm bummed about it at the same time.
Well, before we go on, a lot of people are now talking. They want to see Gaethje and Khabib.
Khabib all the way. Khabib all the way.
That's the like. Gaethje is supposedly an incredible wrestler.
He is. No, he's a great wrestler.
Like, that's what he came in as a wrestler. But he's always forward pressure. Always forward pressure, which
I just think that...
Which is what Khabib does. So it'd be interesting to see who would move forward in that fight.
That one would be tougher for the striking for Khabib. But I think that, if anything, it'll play out better to Khabib even more because of that forward pressure. If you watch, I sat there and I did a bunch of research on, like, literally the first Khabib fights when there was, like, wrestling matches or the MMA matches where it's open. It was like a basketball court. Man, he was fucking crazy fast. His shots looked even faster then than they are now. You can see where the little gaps in his game were, but... Man, his game is the exact same from day one to that it is till now. So it's kind of crazy. Watch the old fights. Watch the first ones. It was like the first MMA / like Sambo fights. They're nuts. They're nuts because he did the exact same thing. Single leg to go to a blast double. Like, it's crazy, man.
Well, with Gaethje was undefeated. See, what's funny is a lot of people have that UFC... Once they get to the UFC, they have an adjustment period.
Yeah.
Khabib almost lost his first. Like, he had a split decision with somebody, wasn't it?
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure. Like,
I can't remember.
Yeah, like it wasn't. I could be wrong, but like his first couple fights.
I'll look it up while you mumble.
Weren't, his first couple fights weren't pretty. He got cracked by MJ. Like, there was, like, it wasn't...
He got cracked really bad by MJ, but I think at that point that was a great test for him to really kind of show off his cardio and his recovery coming in from getting rocked like that. Let's see, Khabib, big ol' story. I just want to see the record. Come on. Holy crap, someone really updated his fucking... Wikipedia. His first was Kamal Shaloris. Never heard of the guy. He won by submission. Gleason Tebow took him to decision.
That's who it was. Gleason.
That was Gleason in 2012. That was Gleason when TRT was still good to go.
Yeah. So. That's what it was. Gleason.
Here's what I think is funny is that he took Abel to decision. Not that it would have really made a difference, and that couldn't have really been.
I remember that fight, and what I remember is Abel. Every time Khabib got his hands locked,
it just went flying.
Abel started going like this.
Yeah.
And like getting thrown every time.
You hear that?
Yeah.
Is there a bird in here?
No, it's outside.
There's a bird right outside. No, he got the record for takedowns in a single fight because of that Abel fight. That's how crazy of a fight that was. It's almost kind of comical to watch. And I feel bad because that was against Neil Melanson as his coach. This was wrestling. No. Was Neil a coach at the time? It might have been, what's his face?
Kenny Monday.
I think it might have been during the Kenny Monday days. I got to
I don't know. Regardless, it was... Abel isn't a bad wrestler. He was a collegiate wrestler as well.
Yeah. Well, evidently he's also a dick pic wrestler. All right, let's get into the fights here. Robbie Lawler against Santiago Ponzinibbio announced for... UFC 245. Ex-teammates. And I didn't realize fucking Santiago's record is fucking huge, man. He's something like 28-3.
Really?
Yeah. It's fucking crazy. I was just like looking at it like just off the cuff. It's like, oh, let me see what his record is. Santiago Ponzinibbio. There he goes. Shout out to Google for listening to my conversation because it popped right the fuck up. Let me see. Record. Come on. Pop up. American Top Team. Welterweight. If it decides to fucking open. What's his record? Total of 30 fights. 27-3.
Wow. Who did he lose to?
I'll tell you in just a second.
By the way, I can't stop looking at your shirt.
That's fucking amazing, right? You're welcome.
Like it looks like you stepped right off the Miami Vice set.
I thought it was more Saved by the Bell-ish.
Yeah, yeah. Now that you say it, but you're not sitting backwards like Slater.
True. Lorenz Larkin, Ryan LaFleur, and Leonardo Mafra. Those were his only 3 losses. He lost to Leonardo by TKO, Ryan LaFleur by decision, and Lorenz Larkin by TKO. And he went on a fucking tear. I mean, he fought Court McGee, Andreas Stahl, Zach Cummings, Nordine Taleb, Gunnar Nelson, Mike Perry, Neil Magny. So you didn't have any kind of real.
No, those are legit guys, especially Neil Magny.
He's huge,
Gunnar Nelson.
By the way, Ponzinibbio is fucking huge because the last time I saw him, when I went to ATT, he was training with Gleason and King Mo jumped in a little bit too, and he was fucking huge, man. He was bigger than Gleason, like size and height.
Well, Gleason fights 155.
Yeah, but no, I'm saying Gleason's big. Listen, Gleason's a big 155er, man. When he's not training or fighting, and he's just being Gleason, he's fucking big. So, whatever. And then, the one that I'm looking forward to right now, where the fuck is this bird? It sounds like it's right here.
It's right outside.
It sounds like there's like a little baby bird in here. Oh, man. I bet you he's probably nesting right above the air conditioner
Could
outside. Robin Van Roosmalen makes his Bellator debut at Bellator 232 against Chris Lencioni. So Chris is 5-2 in MMA, 2-2 in Bellator, and Robin is 2-0.
How did he get to the How did he get to Bellator?
Who? Chris?
Yeah, like most people, like
He's got 4 out of 5 wins by submission.
Right, but he was only 3-0. What did you say he was?
5-2.
5-2, and he's got 2 wins and 2 losses. Means he was only 3-0 as a pro before going to. I just think that's there's a lot of other fighters out there.
I wouldn't discount him by any means. I mean,
well,
the guy still
that's
got
not what I'm saying. It's like, what I'm saying is like, because Bellator is the second, biggest organization.
So you're saying he's not good enough to be in Bellator?
No, it's not that. It's just he's not. It doesn't have the experience that a lot of other fighters do. It just seems weird.
I mean, no, there's a lot of younger fighters like that with like very fresh records in Bellator. Same in the UFC.
Very few are 3-0.
I mean,
very few. At least they had most of them. They come in.
I think that's what Gilbert was when he signed in the UFC.
No, dude, he had a lot.
He was like
more
4-0,
fights.
5-0.
No, he had more fights than that.
I don't think so. I gotta double check.
Yeah.
Anyway, Robin is 2-0 in MMA, but obviously we know how badass of a fucking kickboxer he is. So I'm really anxious to see what he does in his Bellator debut, and knowing him, he's gonna fucking go all out and chop up somebody's leg. So what's the date on that? I don't know. And then this is the one that I'm looking forward to, which I'm happy about, but I'm also bummed out about. Gilbert Burns drops out of ADCC.
Yes.
To go fight Gunnar Nelson on 2 weeks fucking notice. Listen, I love my friend. He's also fucking crazy.
He was 7-0.
7-0.
By the way.
Okay.
Yeah, that's weird. It's weird that but you know what?
And I think he took his first fight in like a week's notice.
It's a high profile fight. Gunnar Nelson is a pretty big name.
He's a pretty big name, but he's on the downside.
I wouldn't say he's on the downside.
He's
just
definitely
not
on the downside.
I just think he seems to have lost his.
He's got like a 2 or 3 fight, like no more, like skid.
No,
he's
it
lost
wasn't
a
that.
couple.
No.
Yeah.
He's lost a couple, but not in a row.
Let me see. I'll tell you right now. But anyway, he drops out of ADCC. 2 weeks notice. He's fighting in Denmark, and he's replacing Thiago Alves, who had to pull out because of a kidney stone infection. Which, by the way, Thiago Alves now has the record for most fights pulled out of in the UFC.
Really?
Yeah, he's got, it's a fucking weird record to have, and it's not bullshit excuses. That's what's fucked up. They've all been legitimate excuses.
Yeah.
He had the hurricane, like he had to come back. This was last year because he didn't want to leave his wife, who was pregnant at the time, by herself. Yeah, see, he is out of the oh shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he's lost 4 out of his last 8 fights. So he's 500. He's batting 50-50. It's like, yeah, he's lost almost every other fight. He beat Alan Joban and Albert Tumanov. He lost to Ponzinibbio, beat Alex Oliveira, and then he lost to Leon Edwards, which Leon Edwards is no fucking joke either.
Leon is on a tear.
Yeah. So, shout out to Gilbert Burns. I mean, I'm happy for him because he's going to get a fat paycheck, and I'm upset and pissed off because I really wanted to see him compete at ADCC. But that's got to be... I haven't talked to him about it yet, but that's got to be a serious fucking hard decision to make. Until you see the dollar signs.
Well, that's what when we were talking to Bruna, his dream has been to win the ADCC. He's giving up a dream
For another dream.
which is, I don't know if it's another dream. It's just a fight.
No, he definitely has a dream to get the belt in the
Well,
UFC.
I mean, obviously,
But you gotta
he wants
work
to be
your
a
way
champion. But this isn't. What I'm saying is like if this was a title fight, I'd be like, yeah, it's a dream for a dream.
Yeah.
But this isn't a dream for a dream. This is a dream for the it must just be the right fight for him because they're both grappling.
They're both
wonders.
grappling.
So it's going to come down.
I just think Gilbert has better hands than Gunner.
I don't know. Gunner's got that weird karate style.
Yeah. Which I think Gilbert would do fine with. Once Gilbert gets his hand on him, though, it's over. I don't think Gunner's grappling is anywhere near Gilbert's level. I just don't. I mean, I've seen how Gilbert is training and who he's training with, and he's training with people twice Gunner's size, and he's sitting there and putting them work, and he's doing it all down at Fight Sports with everybody in fucking ADCC camp. So it's not a fucking joke.
Dude, have you seen the size of Muhammad Ali?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like,
that dude is a friggin' giant. A giant.
Yeah.
He's like 6'4" and built like the Incredible Hulk.
that's what I'm saying. Like, if you watched him at when they did the CBD Invitational, he was towering over everybody. I'm not happy looking at how much money I've already spent going to ADCC, but I'm really fucking looking forward to it. And I'm taking my sweet ass time, like getting to California, making sure my hotel is a block away. I'm walking straight to the venue and back. I'm just gonna sit there all day, the whole day. So it's gonna be fucking nuts, man. And actually, funny enough, a couple of the guys that listen to the podcast are gonna be out there too. So we're probably gonna I'll bring my mic and do a podcast with them while I'm out there. No pressure, but I'm trying to do a podcast with Ricardo Amendolia. Ricardo, the guy that puts out all the old school videos that no one's ever seen of crazy jiu-jitsu matches.
I have no idea.
You know Ricardo. He's gonna be the announcer for ADCC with Shawn.
Okay.
So I'm hoping I can pull off a podcast with him too while I'm out there. If I can get you on the phone, I'll get you on the phone, but it'll be tough. So yeah, he's gonna fight. It's the second fight at welterweight. Second fight at welterweight in 2 weeks' notice. That's how crazy of a fucking madman he is. But I don't think it's as big of a deal because he just trains. He trains. He doesn't take a break.
Yeah.
He's not. There's no off season for him. He's never out of shape. The most out of shape I've ever seen Gilbert was maybe like 2 weeks after his first loss, and that's just because someone led him close to the chocolate. But let him close to the chocolate. Dude, he goes crazy for fucking like chocolate after a fight.
Him and Jay-Z.
Yeah, so it's pretty funny, but he's so focused right now. It's crazy.
Well, it's like he's always doing something.
Yeah.
Like where a lot of people have layoffs from fights, all they're doing is sitting at home or training.
Yeah. But
he's actively competing in grappling matches all over the United States.
But he also had that stint of where he couldn't fight and he had to turn down, I think it was like 2 fights. No, he to turn down one fight like a week out, 2 weeks out, because he got his rib broken in practice. And then there was the fight in Orlando that got canceled because they wouldn't let him weigh in, and they didn't give like a real excuse. So I think after those two events, he was so just kind of burnt by it, and he just wanted to make sure that his spot was secure in the UFC, which is why he also, like, listen, the second he switched to Ali as his manager, everything started working out right for him. Ali fucking, like, talk all the shit you want about Ali, and I've done it. I've talked so much shit about Ali. He's yelled at me. He's thrown me out of the cage, like, personally. I have it on video. He fights for his fucking fighters, man, and he's getting Gilbert
When did he
paid.
throw you out of the cage?
World Series of Fighting in Daytona Beach, when Jay-Z fought Melvin Gillard. He threw me out.
Who's he represent?
Melvin.
How can he throw you out?
Because he was also like vice president or whatever of World Series of Fighting at the time. So I was literally right next to him. So I was filming everybody. I was filming Jay-Z. I was taking photos, and I was cage side. I had to pass and everything. And Jay-Z was about to start fighting, and next thing you know, he started yelling. He was like, "You can't fucking be here." I'm like, "Bro, you gave me the fucking pass. Get him the fuck out." I'm like, and
Were you in the cage?
No. I was cage side. But, like, he threw me out of the fucking ring area. I'm like, "Bro, you gave me the pass. Like, your people, you guys gave me the pass. You saw it. Like, Jay-Z asked you for the pass. You gave it to me." And it's just kind of like, all right, whatever, man. But it was funny. Like, it is what it is. And then, unfortunately, I thought it was early stoppage, but Melvin was rocking Jay-Z. They stopped the fight. And he was all about Melvin. So, of course, like, when the owner's fighter is fighting and he's got the quick chance of winning, of course you're going to stop the fight. But speculation. Either way, Ali is getting my homeboy paid, so shout out to Ali. It is what it is, man. Regardless of his affiliations, it is what it is. Did you watch any of the Nogi Pans matches? No. There was a lot of upsets. Shout out to Marcelo Cohen, who won. He won his division. He actually had, I think, 5 people total in his bracket. 4 or 5 people total in his bracket. And 2 of the guys dropped out. I think they couldn't make weight or something like that.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, so...
saw Tubby won.
Huh? Tubby won. Tubby won. Closed out, actually, with Talita. And in their division, I think it was, right? Yeah, they closed out in their division. Tubby got first. Talita got second. But Tubby lost in absolute in the open class. Let's see who I got. Vinicius Gasolis defeated Keenan at super heavy, but Keenan won the open class. So, I mean, I'll take a win in the open class over my division any day.
Not me.
Really? Why?
Because weird things can happen in the open division.
Like what?
Like, you get a really weird run, and somebody can get, like, you can, like, it's like, I just don't like the open divisions. I will never do the open divisions.
I want to try it.
I've done it. I've done it twice, and I won both of them. But I feel like I hate the way I feel in them.
Why?
Because I'm always like I had to go up against like a 145 or
That's
something
their
like
problem.
that. No, I understand that, but I don't like it. I feel like an asshole. Like, the dude pulled guard on me, and I let him get grips. I was like, I didn't move. Like that's. I let him get grips. I think
that's more of an asshole than like actually competing.
No, well, you might think so.
Little man. It's like
no,
like
I just
Andre
felt
the Giant in Princess Bride.
Well,
like,
that's what I felt like, dude. I just felt stupid, and I get it. There's other guys that can, I'm sure, could kick my ass at lower weights. Has nothing to do with that. I just feel stupid going against having that chance to go against smaller guys because I'm in the biggest weight class.
Yeah.
So it's like, it just doesn't. I don't like it. I just don't do them. I did it twice, and I'm like, all right, that's it.
Well, that's you, but Keenan got the open class. Sofia Morante won the light feather division. Laura Hollick is the one that beat Tubby for the women's open. But Keenan, I think people were kind of surprised. Like, he was trying, like, guess different techniques. You can tell that he's been working.
But he's not a no-gi guy.
And he's admitted that like no-gi is kind of like just gonna wither away because there are no new techniques in no-gi. They are what they are. But you could tell that he's applying everything.
If they'd allow heel hooks, it'd be a lot different.
Well, Gordon was cornering him throughout the matches, so that was kind of cool to see too. Speaking of Gordon, he's gonna be pretty fucking busy the next few months.
Did Gabby
compete?
Yeah. I thought she was competing.
No, Gabby's banned. Gabby's still banned.
Or that's ADCC.
ADCC.
That's what I'm...
Yeah, ADCC she's competing, but no, Gabby's still banned from IBJJ. I think she's banned forever for the amount of like fucking testosterone they got on her. No, but Gordon is like super fucking busy in the next couple of months. So get this. He's competing ADCC next week. The week after, he's going to compete against Huzamal Parharis at the World Series of Jiu-Jitsu, which is...
I hope they put the ref on gas, too.
Oh, gosh. Are you kidding me? Paul Harris looks so fucking big that I don't think he'll last more than 30 seconds. There's no way. The amount of, like, his body is just way too big. If he gets any bigger, he's going to turn into a ball.
I'm wondering if it'll be...
Leg Lock City?
Huh?
Leg Lock City?
No, I wonder if it's going to be like him, like Paul Harris versus Craig Jones. Where Paul Harris stayed in the half guard and just kept pushing
him.
Craig Jones down. Like it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It really was.
I don't know. I don't think it's going to be that way. But funny enough, I'll say it this way. So, all right, he's got the ADCC, then Paul Harris, then he is going to fight against Rodolfo Vieira for at the Third Coast Grappling 3 match, which the rules are crazy. Get this. 7-minute matches, first to 11 points or a submission wins, right? They get yellow cards for stalling. 3 yellow cards, you get a red card. If you get a red card, obviously, like you get the red card and you lose 20% of your prize money. That'll stop people.
Does it go throughout the whole tournament?
No. That's just a super fight. That's just their match.
Okay.
And if not, it goes to sudden death. First point wins, and there's a bunch of little other weird.
I dig that first to 11 points.
But it's IBJJF rules.
So no heel hooks.
So I don't know if there's no other heel hooks. I think that they'll.
If it's IBJJF rules.
I forget because, like I said, there's a bunch of other little rules that I just didn't go to. I just read the major points. After that, he's going to compete against Gabriel Gonzaga on December 22nd at the Submission Underground 10. Yeah, Submission Underground 10. Here's the funny part. On Submission Underground 10, Craig Jones is going to compete against Dean Lister. And I don't know if you followed it. We talked about it, I think. But Gordon has been talking shit and calling out Dean Lister for a while now, for the last couple of months, like the last 2 months.
Why?
Because Gordon asked to compete against Dean, and Dean told him, come and call me when you get like some accolades. Like when you get some titles, come talk to me. That's basically what he said to him. So he's like, okay. Won ADCC, won all these other ones, like won Worlds, did all this other stuff. He's like, all right, you going to fight or what? He's like, I'm too old to fight, blah, blah, blah. And Gordon kept pushing and pushing and pushing and kind of making Dean look stupid. Where Dean was trying to make him look stupid and it kind of backfired on him. And then Dean posted something and somebody, I forget who it was, but somebody wrote back to Dean on the post in Portuguese, and Dean wrote back in Portuguese. He's like, don't worry, I got him in my sights. So I'm assuming he's using this Craig Jones match as a warm-up to go up against Gordon, because he said, he's like, I haven't competed in years, bro. I was like, why do you want to come after me for? He's like, because you fucking said come after you once I get my accolades, so I got him. Let's go. So it's kind of funny. It's going to be a good couple of matches for Gordon Ryan. He's definitely going to be putting on a show in the next couple of months. I hit him up. Hopefully I hear back from him. Be cool to follow him a little bit at ADCC, Gordon. But it's cool, man. There's a lot of crazy things going on in jiu-jitsu in the next couple of months. Oh, one thing we didn't talk about. Did you see the announcement by IBJJF
About the drug testing?
about drug testing?
Yes.
Is that not stupid?
Doesn't matter.
Do you think you're really out to catch someone if you're telling them like 2 months ahead of time, hey, I'm going to drug test you, so make sure you get those cycles ready?
Yeah, well, I just think it's ridiculous.
It's not stupid, right?
I think it's
By
ridiculous.
the way, that's a helicopter. They're not coming after us. That's literally
That you
over our
know
head
of.
right now. Yeah. That's literally over our head right now.
I
That's a
think
Huey, actually. That's like I saw him pull it out.
I think it's dumb that they'd rather address that than the fact that they don't allow a lot of techniques because of stupid rules.
All right, if you could have any
Or
one technique-
prize money
well,
for
no, they
your
have the
athletes.
Prize, well, they only have prize money for black belts and stuff now, but
Not at every show.
no, just the big one. Just the big one. I think that they are talking about having that for the other shows though. I think they are.
$1,000, you know?
Even 500. 500 is like 500 is doable. 500 makes it worth your while to go out there and compete. That's the thing that killed me too. If you look at the Nogi Pans, there was nobody there. If you watch the video, there's nobody.
But because you can't do heel hooks, and that's where Nogi is going towards the leg game, and what you're doing is you're basically hamstringing a lot of the guys who would otherwise enter, but they're like, well, why can I do this? I'm not going to have a chance if I can't do my game.
I think that IBJJF is getting to the point where it's not really inviting to the new people, to the new generation of competitors. It's not really enticing. It's not really enticing to go limit all your tool sets compared to every other tournament. I'm not going to get paid. And then you're going to sit there and make me compete against other people that are probably juicing. And maybe if you're a natural competitor, you're not juicing. But then you got to juice to sit there and compete. And then all of a sudden you get popped. Because it's been going around. There's a rumor going around that the IBJJF is making deals with certain competitors saying that, oh, we're not going to call you out. We're not going to announce that you popped on the tests, but you have to retire from competing IBJJF. Like you can't compete in IBJJF anymore. So it lets people keep their win, retire on the W, and then they don't get called out for cheating. So that's kind of like either you're going to be honest with your people or you're not, because it's only going to take a couple of years for a tournament to pop up and knock them out of the way. If Fight to Win started doing nationwide tournaments like trials, like ADCC trials, and then it becomes into working your way up to ADCC, who wouldn't do that? Who wouldn't do that if you could literally go from a little school here and work your way up to competing in an ADCC in any division, right? What are you doing? Come on.
Hold on just a second. I'm sorry, repeat that.
Saying that if you could work your way up the ladder from local show all the way to ADCC, 2 years. Every 2 years, the best of the best in the world literally work their way up the ranks to sit there and be number one. Why wouldn't they do that? And worst comes to worst, you get first place in a local ADCC tournament. That's the way that ADCC is going to go to, is to create local tournaments. Instead of being like IBJJF that started up small and went big, they started big to go small.
Right.
And only someone like
and they
the
have
Sheik
those
can do that.
tryouts, the ADCC tryouts.
The trials.
Which I've never competed in.
They weren't that bad, honestly. I mean, you would get a couple of tough guys like Baby Monster and things like that. I think other guys were just fucking big, and they were getting touted, but they were just fucking
There's
big.
no age thing there.
No.
Yeah.
And like Steve competed in it. Steve lost to someone that I think he could have won against.
Steve Montgomery?
Yeah. He lost to someone that I think he should have won to. And other guys competed that had absolutely no
business.
No business, no prerequisites to compete there. Like one guy that competed against like Marcelo just ate him up. He ate him alive. I'm like, dude, come on. And then he went up against Baby Monster, the same kid that went up, was same division as Marcelo.
He's a black belt?
I don't know. I don't remember he was a black belt or not. I mean, I'm sure that anybody like smaller than him, like he was good, but he's not on Marcelo's level. And then all of a sudden, imagine someone Irwin's size, minus 20 pounds, 30 pounds maybe, going up against Baby Monster.
Nope.
Come on, man. Like, come on. Let's be honest.
So, to be truthful, I hate going against little people. My techniques
like
are
midgets or littler people.
Littler people, because there's some people like they're so small that I just can't.
I feel like I'm grabbing a little kid. Like,
well, it's not
come
even
here.
that. It's like when you go to get your hands into certain places or your feet into certain places, you can't get them because they're such a tiny, small ball. Like you can't. It's almost impossible.
They can compact themselves more.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass, but I would rather compete against a smaller person any day of the week than go up against someone with no neck.
Well, I would rather go up against a bigger person. Like, I would rather go against somebody taller and bigger than shorter and smaller.
Have you ever rolled with Cyborg?
Yes.
How'd that work out for you?
One of the 6 people in the world to triangle me.
Yeah. I bet that hurt too. Did your neck crack?
No, not at all. Not at all. He couldn't. He went for the tornado sweep.
Couldn't pick you up?
No, he could pick me up, but I twisted out of it. We rolled when I was a brown belt, and he was really. He goes. I can't believe you move as good as you do.
Yeah. Did he pat you on the head when he said that?
No.
Did he just get?
But we rolled
you got sunned?
We rolled for, 6 or 7 minutes, and he only got me that one time.
Don't roll with him now. He's ADCC.
Yeah, he's in ADCC mode.
Yeah, we got some bugs in. Speaking of brown belts, so did you see the article that got put up today? I think it was Jiu-Jitsu Times. This guy who sandbagged and got popular somehow in sandbagging because he was running people over at a tournament a year and a half ago. In a year and a half, 2 years, went from white belt to brown belt, right? Calls himself a natural bodybuilder, yet he's a 6-time champion power lifter.
Oh, I saw that power. Yeah.
And the person,
he's flexing.
Yeah, he's like super fucking jacked. And then he goes and he's flexing like, okay, who gave you your brown belt? The teacher from the school that you own. So in the building that you pay for, at the teacher that you pay for, gives you a brown belt in 2 years. He's the same guy who lets you compete at white belt to get a bunch of like wins so you could brag about it, but nobody marks the fact that you were sandbagging because he has wrestling experience. So now here's the thing. If you got wrestling experience, cool. Blue belt. Go for it. 100%. But don't sign up at a fucking white belt.
Well, no,
then go preach about being. Then he says he's
levels.
a natural. Like, dude, come on. You're so fucking juiced. It's not even fucking funny.
There are levels to wrestling, so I don't think you should automatically be a blue belt.
No, he's blue belt. He's blue belt. Like, he was blue belt at that time. I'll give credit where credit is due. Like, he was blue belt at that time. But you're a fucking pussy for signing up in a white belt division when you know damn well that you'd be blue belt, purple belt at the time. But now don't sit there and go bragging that you got your brown belt in 2 years when you already had the head start of like 4 years of wrestling in high school and a little bit of college. So come on, man. And it's even then, you own the place.
Well,
if anything, you should take longer
Nicky
than
Rod
everybody
is a
else.
blue belt.
Nicky Rod is a blue belt. He's competing like at higher things, but he's not talking about bragging about getting his brown belt in a 2-year span and then bragging about being natural when he clearly isn't. Nicky Rod never sits there and saying, "Oh, I'm a natural bodybuilder." Come on, man. Don't be a fucking sandbagger. Like, stuff like that's so stupid. It's so stupid. I'd love to sit there and hear like, "Oh, well, then come roll with me." I'll fucking roll with you all day. Get yourself a black belt. I'll roll with you all day. Because if you're juicing, I'm gonna go hit up somebody. I'll go juice too, bud. I'll go hit up my friends over at Core, and then come talk to me, like talking about your natty. Come on, man. It's like it's so fucking. And if you look at the photos, dude, it's so disrespectful. It's so disrespectful. These two guys that you could tell they just started maybe 3 months ago to do jiu-jitsu, and this guy's been wrestling for years, and he's juiced to the gills. And you're gonna sit there and brag about beating them?
Yeah, I didn't look at. I saw I saw it, but I didn't read it.
He's
I
a
just saw the
fucking
picture of
joke.
him double
Yeah.
biceps. I didn't look at anything else.
A fucking joke. I hope he hears this too. It was like Jimmy House Strong. Yeah, fuck you, dude. You're a fucking sandbagger.
Did you see? Right before I pulled up, I was just at the red light scrolling. Did you see who called out Khabib?
Oh, Justin Gaethje?
No,
Who?
Tyron Woodley.
Oh, yeah. I saw that.
And wants to do it at a catch weight of 165.
Yeah, that would never happen. It's like the only fights that he's got is either Tony Ferguson or GSP. That's it. That's the only fights that he's really got that make any sense. Tyron wouldn't get that fight. It wouldn't be a super fight.
If Gaethje gets another win over another legit top 5, top 10 guy, he'll get a title shot next.
But why? He lost.
Who?
He lost his last fight.
No, he didn't.
What was the fight that he lost? He lost.
He lost.
We looked at it last time. I totally forgot. I feel like he lost.
No,
two.
he's on a tear.
I'm pretty sure. I'm looking it up right now. I'm pretty sure he lost like the last couple of fights. He won one, lost one, and won another one, kind of thing. I know that he lost. Come on, Wikipedia. Are you done texting, bro?
I'm not texting him.
Mixed martial arts record. 2 losses. Yeah, Dustin Poirier and Eddie Alvarez. So he's 2 out of the last 5. Or 2 losses out of the last 5
Those were
fights.
his first 2.
He beat James he lost to Eddie. Okay, here's how it went. He signed to the UFC, beat MJ by TKO, lost to Eddie, lost to Dustin. Then he beat James Vick, big deal.
James Vick is legit.
He beat Edson Barbosa, big deal. He
Legit.
put pressure on him. He KO'd him, but he beat him. And then he beat Cerrone, which, again, it's like...
Legit. He beat 3 legit dudes.
I just, like... I give credit to James Vick, but I don't think he's that good. Yeah, look, okay, he beat James Vick, who lost to Justin, then to Paul Felder, then to Dan Hooker. Like, he's just on a downswing.
He
He
lost
beat
to,
Francisco Trinaldo, and that was a decision.
He
And
lost to 3 people.
He beat James Vick beat Abel, Polo Reyes, Joseph Duffy, Francisco Trinaldo. Maybe Joseph Duffy I'll give him credit on, but Trinaldo, you beat a 40-year-old. Like,
Ronaldo's a tricky.
I'm not saying he's bad,
No, I'm just
but
saying.
he won that by decision, and it was definitely Trinaldo who won that fight.
No, it was not.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Because remember, Trinaldo, everybody like started booing because Trinaldo's like, I fucking won that fight. I don't know what else I could do to win that fight. I'm pretty sure it was that fight because he was bitching and everybody was flipping the fuck
He's
out.
always bitching though.
Nah, I wouldn't say that.
No, Vic is legit. Cerrone is legit.
might have been
Barbosa is
Hernandez.
definitely legit. Barbosa, I didn't think Barbosa lost to Paul Felder.
I'm not saying like Barbosa isn't legit. I'm a fan of Barbosa. It's just when you get a pressure fighter like Gaethje or MJ, like he looks like shit, and if he looks like shit,
Who looks like shit?
Barbosa. He looks like shit when someone starts putting pressure on him because he can't throw the fucking shit he's amazing with.
Well, he is a counterpuncher. His whole style is counterpunching. He's really not an attacker.
But he has to get set. He has to be set. He can't be doing it back, like walking backwards. He might throw like a kick here or there, like if you give him that little bit of extra time. But he needs like 2 or 3 seconds of lull to throw like those couple of quick fast kicks, and then he can move. But if you pressure, watch any single one of his fights.
See, again, that's why like looking at it now. I think the fight would be Gaethje moving like even before Gaethje beat Cerrone. I was like, man, I wonder how his style would work.
Gaethje
with
is a
Khabib.
beast, man. Gaethje's definitely
And he's
a
a
beast.
cardio machine.
Yeah.
He comes at you as hard in the first round or in the 5th round as he does in the first round.
He's more blind than Irwin.
Who, Gaethje?
Gaethje can't see shit. He can't see shit. Super nice dude though. Like if you didn't see him on TV, like you would never imagine he's a fucking animal. Super nice guy.
He is to me.
He was at that fight too. He fought that night that Jay-Z fought World Series of Fighting.
To me, he's the most savage fighter on the on the
Gaethje is what Mike Perry wishes he was. Like
right. But he's such a savage because even when he was getting when he lost to Dustin and who was the other guy he lost to? Oh, Eddie Alvarez.
Yeah.
Even when he was getting knocked around, he was still coming forward. Like he was still coming forward, and so he's just a
what's
savage.
the weight class?
155.
Yeah, you can't do it. I'd love to see Gaethje fight against Cosmo, but that's not. You can't make that weight.
Yeah, did you see that post Cosmo made
Which one?
about
One FC.
Yeah, was it 1FC?
Where he's talking about
paying him.
Yeah, it was towards One FC.
Yeah, pay him. He's an elite fucking fighter.
He's getting paid. He wants to get paid more, which he deserves.
No, he is an elite fighter.
100%.
Pay him elite money.
For sure. I think his problem is that he's never fought in one organization long enough to showcase that climb that would demand that kind of money. Excuse me, like if he focused a little bit on showcasing his fan base more so that people could really see how diehard fans people are of him, he would be a lot bigger than he is right now.
Well,
the problem is that he's a fighter's fighter.
Yeah.
He's someone that if you're into fighting, you know who the fuck Cosmo Alexander is. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. But if you're the casual fan, you're not gonna know. You're just not gonna know.
No, I agree. The only reason any casual fan would know him is because he knocked the shit out of
Sage Northcutt.
Because going into that fight, more people knew who Sage Northcutt was than
like,
knew who Cosmo was.
If I could ever sit there and tell anyone to bet on a fight, it would have been that fight because so many people are like, "Oh, who's this Cosmo guy?" Oh, they're just giving him a feeder fight to Sage Northcutt. They thought they were giving a feeder fight.
I wonder what the odds were on that fight.
Oh, I'm sure you could find it. But like people were treating that fight like a feeder fight for Sage, and everybody else who knew what was going on was like, sure, I'll take that bet. Just type in odds.
Sage
versus Cosmo.
Northcutt. Cosmo. It's funny, Cosmo
Kramer.
When you think about it, it's Cosmo Kramer.
What you got? Nothing?
I'm looking here. These are all the it's all the USC ones. It's not the
What'd you type?
Sage Northcutt. This one said MMA. Let me see if this Tapology has the odds. Well, no, they didn't have the odds.
I'm surprised. I'm pretty sure. Fight odds. Cosmo Alexander versus Sage Northcutt. Survey says Sage Northcutt versus Cosmo Alexander. I can't pull it up. It's a lot of reading. Cosmo Alexander blasts awful MMA fans for sending super insults to Broken Sage. That's fucked up. Yeah, I can't find the odds. You'd have to like really dig deep to find the odds for that fight. Like you have to find the pre-fight news to it. Man, I can't believe it's so difficult to find.
Well, this says odds were Sage Northcutt to win, odds 1.36. Cosmo to win 4.70. I don't know what that means. Best odds.
I don't know.
If somebody knows,
Please let us know.
please let us know what the odds were, because that would be interesting.
So you got any other super fights lined up or what?
Nope, just IBJJF.
You're gonna do Miami?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be able to do Miami.
Why not?
Just because my travel schedule the next few weeks is so crazy that I'm not going to get the right kind of training time in there. So I can't do that. I can't do the half-ass stuff if I'm going to compete. Because I'm gone this weekend. Then I'm gone next weekend for ADCC. And then after that, I have another photo shoot that I have to do. And I have to do photo shoots in between from now until next week anyway. So I'm barely going to get any training time. It sucks, but I got to pay the bills, man. Speaking of which, why don't you go ahead and check out our sponsors or check out the online store. Like I said, buy some shirts. And money goes to pay for the studio and for the extra artwork that I have coming in. I got some cool stuff coming in from... I actually bought a bunch of stuff from Dave Burns.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he had a sale the other day, so I bought the Godzilla poster, the Karate Kid poster that's up at Temple. I bought one of those because I fucking love that poster. Forget what the other one was. I got the sticker for the Andre the Giant one that he did, the one I tagged you on, and I think one other sticker. I wanted to get the Clutch poster that he had.
The werewolf one?
No, that one he didn't have up for sale. The newer one, he had the where it was like the Transformer.
Oh yeah.
I fucking loved that one, but too rich for my blood. I think it was like $100. How are your allergies doing, bud?
They're better, but they're still shitty.
I'm sure that all the sawdust that's on the floor isn't helping.
Well, that's not that. Mine is pollen.
Oh.
There's something I am allergic to that blooms like 2 times a year.
Yeah.
That farts me up.
I used to have that when I lived in Colorado. I'd get like a mucus film over my eye. That was the worst. Like I'd literally go like this. I'd pick out my eye and this giant chunk of mucus would come out of my eye.
Yeah, last week I sneezed. I woke up one day and sneezed 14 times in a row. The next day I woke up and I sneezed 8 times in a row.
Did your abs hurt?
No.
Did you ever have like a...
But I did almost like rip something. I was getting to a point. It was from that and the coughing.
Yeah.
But it's getting better.
You ever sneeze and fart at the same time?
Oh, all the time.
That shit fucking
I call it a sneeze with a surprise.
Sneeze with... No, that's if you shit. Oh, man. I don't have any other fight news other than I am seriously looking forward to ADCC.
Yeah, you have to give a full...
I'm hoping that I can get some interviews in. If you guys have anybody that's competing at ADCC that you want to get an interview from me with, just let me know, and I'll try my best to get it. It'd be cool if you end up running into the guys from Dope Grappling, BJJ Steroids guys.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know...
Well, isn't it back? Isn't it back?
Yeah, it's been back. But I know they're going to be there, so I'm curious to see what the posts are going to be like. Because I know something's going to
I'm wondering if someone's ever going to figure out who it is.
They did. They already did. One
Really?
person did figure it out. Like, because whoever's running BJJ Steroid said that, like, so many people guessed. A couple of people were kind of close, but only one person got it right. And they're like, all right, let's chill out. Don't tell anybody. So somebody out there knows who BJJ Steroids is. So, or it could be a clever ruse. I have a feeling that it's probably like a famous grappler, and nobody will guess that it's a famous grappler that will sit there and be a part of it.
I could see it being like Gary Tonin, because it's along the lines of his humor.
I don't know. I don't think so. Because he throws like Gordon and stuff under the bus too.
So does Gary.
Yeah, but I don't think he would do it to that extent.
And then
Maybe like Kit Dale. That'd be like a Kit Dale thing to do.
imagine if it's Andre Galvao.
No.
Imagine how awesome that would be.
It wouldn't like he wouldn't do that because he's like throwing himself under the bus.
Yeah, but he is, but he's not. He's giving himself more.
No, because he's blatantly calling out Galvao for abusing steroids and never been tested. So then wouldn't that automatically drive the people to test you?
Unless he's 100% clean and this is all a ruse.
Yeah. You
I
would
don't
put
know.
money on that? Would you
No.
Would you put
course
money?
not.
Okay, just saying.
I'm just saying, I said it would be funny.
It would be funny.
And it would be, if
It
that's,
would be some Scooby Doo.
you know what that is? That's 3D
bullshit.
chess right there.
That's 4D chess right there. Like I would definitely do that.
Like, doesn't it make like, thinking about it, isn't it a good idea? Like,
No, I would
if you're clean.
it's
It's a good idea.
Yeah,
It's a good idea if you're 100% clean
Yeah.
and you're just jacked and you know it, and you did this to get people to talk about. Dude, it's a genius move. If you're clean,
I think it's got to be someone like Kit Dale. It'd be funny if it was Keenan. At first, it really made more sense for it to be Keenan because it started when he was leaving Atos.
Right.
It really started then. I don't think that Keenan has that kind of energy to do that or to make the show your roll shirts. That's the thing.
the what?
The show your roll shirts that he put together. You didn't see that? The show your dope. They
No.
took the show your roll like logo and kind of flipped it, and then they put the 3 little dots. They put like acai and a syringe and something else. And it's like, yeah, it's a total ripoff of the show your roll logo with. Then they did the everyday bombada like shirt instead of everyday pajada, which I definitely wanted to buy one of those
That's
shirts.
funny.
I wanted to buy that shirt for sure. But they're calling out Cyborg. Even like Cyborg's like, guys, like you're doing more damage to the sport than anything else. And they're like, oh man, we were huge fans of Cyborg, but like now we can't sit there and like he said something, and they're like, okay, but we still love you, Cyborg. You always have a place in our heart. Listen, man. Speaking of which, did you see Maggie's slam? I can see where the argument was, where it was like a
very
DQ.
similar to the one I did in my super fight.
Why do you have to make this about you?
I'm not.
We were trying to give Maggie props, and
No, we
somehow
are.
this-
But what I'm saying is, it's very similar. But I was on a ring where a ring has a little give.
Oh man,
Dude, it's a slam, but it's not a slam.
it's a slam.
It's more of
but
a throw.
It's legal because there was a throw, and she didn't go up.
Up, right.
She followed the arc, which is the main rule for that. And trust me, I know because I've had the argument with Carlos, the head referee for ADCC at one point in time. He's one of the best referees in the world when it comes to grappling.
And even the girl said it wasn't a...
Yeah, even the competitor, the one that got some, she's like, nope, it was legit. She got me. She got me good.
But it was beautiful. It was
That was
like...
a good throw.
But like I could feel it. I could feel it because it's...
Those don't hurt in mid-competition.
Depends how you land.
Depending on how you land. Ask, damn, who was it that Gilbert competed against? It wasn't Igor Gracie. It was one of the Gracies that Gilbert competed against at, I think it was either the Black Belt Invitational or like a Polaris or something, where he slammed the shit out of him and he like dislocated his shoulder. I think it was Polaris. I think it was a Polaris.
Who did Gilbert compete against Gary?
Gary Tonin?
Tonin? Was that who it was?
Polaris 4, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a tough match, but Gary was keeping him away pretty good, and then at the end he caught him with a leg lock.
Yep.
But Gilbert was just fucking pounding and
Dancing,
pounding and pounding and pounding.
yeah.
Like, he was going nonstop. It's 15 minutes, man. It's no joke. 15 minutes is tough.
Yep.
Like, people die after 5. So imagine 15. I got no other fight news, man. I'm just
nothing
looking.
else.
I'm looking for it. Did you watch it yet?
Yes.
Is it good?
Not as good as the first one.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of the sequels, but I want to see it.
Well, it's not. It's like it's supposed to be the sequel. Like it's
It's a sequel.
right, but it's a
Continuation.
logical. It's a continuation.
Yeah.
I just did not like it as much as I liked the first one.
The
I think they abandoned story more for scares.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Because that original story was legit.
That first one was a masterpiece.
Yeah.
The first was a
first one or the first?
No, the first movie.
One.
If I were to give a grade, I would give that first It movie an 8, maybe a 9. I would give this one a 6.
Yeah, that's about standard scary movie score for me. And look, I stopped watching scary movies because I got so bored of them. But that It movie definitely sucked me in. Like, damn, that was really fucking
I saw
good.
it 3 times in the theater.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's a little much. Because there's that couple of scenes when it's like the clown is getting bigger or when it was fitting in the box. That fucked with me. I'm like, I can't.
That doesn't.
And the Halloween costumes that are popping up now, they're doing a really
They look
fucking
really
good job.
good. Yeah.
They, like the ones that you buy at Party City, they look really fucking good, man. All I know is that if somebody's kid creeps up on me dressed like the clown from It, they're getting fucking punted.
I went to the
punted.
Del Rey iPic for it.
Did you? Nice little date night.
Date day by myself. Yeah.
A day date by yourself?
Yeah.
Did you just pull a Pee Wee Herman?
I don't know, but I that place is dead, bro.
Oh no, yeah, they went bankrupt.
Yeah, but that one, like the one on
It's a shitty spot.
but the one on in
Boca?
Boca is a gold mine.
Yeah, because it's in a good spot. You're not gonna get any action right off Atlantic Ave. You're just not.
No, I thought it was a terrible idea. Anything that's not a restaurant or a club.
And even then, those crash. There's only like the ones that we see now. Like it's only because it's the same 3 owners that own like every restaurant.
Like
on
where they should have put the iPic.
Where? Should have torn down Old School Square and put it there.
Linton.
No.
Linton. Yeah, put it around Linton where they're gonna build like a little city place over there.
Where?
Used to be one of the car dealerships.
That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work.
That,
again, it's just a dead area. That's like
Rehab
Row.
Well, no. It's not. It's almost Boca. It's a popular area. That's not what it'll do well.
I don't think so.
I just don't want it because now it'll be in front of my apartment. So
Stupid. How's it is the new apartment?
it's good.
It's good.
It's good.
How are the neighbors?
Don't see anybody.
Oh, so you don't have like any hot neighbors? No hot
No.
milfs? You're like, hey, Mrs. Johnson.
Hey, Mr. Johnson. Look,
Like,
fuck.
were you-
What did he say? For Chai, Mr. Johnson.
I don't know what the fuck he just said. You just mumbled.
That's what I think he did. Well, he did too.
No, on Friday?
Yeah, I want to see you, Nate. Or so, I can't remember what he said.
What was that? Nothing.
Nothing.
Oh, man. All right. I think that's it for us. I got to get rolling. I got to get up early and work out tomorrow morning. You got anything else for the peoples?
Nope, not a thing.
Shout out to actually Tatami. I did a photo shoot with Tatami this past weekend with Herbert and Andre Filau. If you guys missed it, check it out on Instagram. Some more photos coming out soon. With that being said, shout out to all of our sponsors. Make sure you check out Choke Aloha, Giraffe Choke, Jiu-Jitsu Soap Co., and Nomad Surf Shop. Thank you guys for all the support. Don't forget you can follow us at Jiu-Jitsu Radio on Instagram. I'm Sonder Marketing on Instagram as well. Shawn's at Gorilla Boy BJJ. You can find us anywhere, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Spotify, you name it, we're fucking on there. And go buy a shirt. Go support the podcast. I got more shirts coming up. I actually just put out the newest shirt, the Designs by Tom Hustle shirt. And, oh, you don't know about that line? You're not about that life? Hustle. It's Designs by Tom. Because Tom has like bugged me so many times for different shirts.
Oh yeah, what was the one he wanted?
He wanted me to create him a hustle shirt, so
Yeah.
I created him a hustle shirt. So we're gonna have a whole new line called Designs by Tom.
He told me about that.
And then I have El Rey de los
And
Tacos.
he wants Rise and Grind too.
Yeah. You can buy my Taco King shirt, El Rey de los Tacos. That's my shirt for being the Taco King of Boca Raton. So you can buy a shirt, support the podcast. And we got a bunch of other stuff planned out in the next couple of months. So make sure you check us out.
We need a cool 80s shirt
I can make
before
a cool
they go
80s
out of
shirt.
style because they're hot right now. They'll go out of
Yeah.
style quick. The Jungle MMA has a dope one.
What is it?
It's a like 80s triangle
laser?
with like laser. It's
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's rad.
I made a design like that a while ago. But all right, thanks you guys so much for the support. Thank you for tuning in. Please hit the like or the subscribe button wherever you're paying attention to us, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Peace.
Here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence, and nobody can hang with my stuff.
Get stealing, woo, wheeling, dealing, limousine right, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time